Awesome, 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 guys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We appreciate you guys. Anybody that sees this or is on this live or whenever you see this, we appreciate you for checking this out with another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. Today, we're going to specifically go into the crypto market. I know we've been a lot on NFTs lately. We do our daily calls Tuesdays and Thursdays around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. But what I really want to, focus on today is the crypto market. It's getting ready to boom. And we want to get you guys in position real quick before it does boom. We do have a pretty, I would say a pretty opinionated way to look at it. I mean, there's different ways you can look at it. We're gonna kind of go over those ways. But there's a lot of things that are going to be happening, especially tomorrow. There's something big which we're going to announce today on our stream with Bitcoin. If you guys haven't heard already, you guys are going to hear something really, really special. And we'll kind of go into some statistics to really show you guys why we believe that and why it's going to do what it's going to do. Also, we're going to go over some news, just a couple things that we want to, show you guys for the week to come. And then we have a giveaway, right? So if you guys see this, we're going to be doing a giveaway, and the giveaway is going to be released on November 1st. We just came up with the date. The NFT will be announced in the next couple days. We'll give you guys the details in order to participate in the giveaway. So you might want to go ahead and, make sure you're subscribed to all of our channels, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube, because we will be dropping all the details on every single one of them in the next couple of days. So you guys want to go ahead, if you guys go check the details down below, the details are in the chat or in the description with the Telegram, Instagram, and YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button whenever you see this, and make sure you guys hit notification bell. If you guys want to see more videos, let us know. If you guys are looking into maybe different coins, different cryptos, and if you guys are on this session or whenever you see this, go ahead. If you have any questions, please let us know in the description or let us know in the comments so we can go ahead and get those answers for you and just make sure everyone is, on the same page. But, with that being said, we're going to get straight to it because, we're running a little bit on, it's 4:30 right now, so we want to try to be out of here by 5, if we can. But I'm going to pass this over to Pat. He can go into, just a couple things before we get into the market and everything. But, if you guys have your listening ears, pull out them notepads, guys. He definitely drops the sauce. He's been, really guiding me the way to success with this crypto game and NFT game. So go ahead and pull out those pads, Pat. Appreciate you, man. Go ahead and take it over.
What's up? Thanks, Jonah. All right, so guys, we are sitting pretty lovely today. Pretty much close out the week with Bitcoin over 60K, which is amazing. Bull runs here. About to start making some serious cash with this. So look, right now Bitcoin is sitting at 61.3. I'm saying it. Maybe by the end of this week we'll hit that all-time high. Definitely by the end of the month, but I'm thinking by the end of the week we will. That's just mine. I'm not even going off technical stuff. I'm just going off of the news, the way this market's moving, and we're about to see what I've been talking about this whole time. Not these little games. It's about to get crazy. It's going to be fun. Hopefully you've been stacking, watching. Today, that's another thing I want to touch base on. I'll go over like maybe 5-10 real quick. I'm not even doing like a really review on them. Just tokens that if you don't have, you'll still have a chance to grab some, and they're still pretty decent price, so you can grab a few of them. We'll get into that, and then we will get into some of the drops coming up. We'll get into some of the projects we're looking into for the future. And like you said, we'll talk more about this giveaway thing. But yeah, the market's looking lovely. We're pretty much sitting right at 2.5. So we're right where we've been at, like pretty much all these all-time highs we're going to start seeing getting cracked. Like I said, Bitcoin, it could be this week, especially with everything that's going on. News is huge. Lots of money coming in, which is great. And then we were talking about how this could like affect the NFT game, maybe possibly slow that up a hair. while everybody starts grabbing the crazy gains from crypto. And then what'll be lovely is when they cash out, the NFT game is going to have that much more money pumping into it. Um, so hopefully this thing we could just like make money for at least the next year with like crazy, crazy returns. That's what we're looking for. That's like the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? Let this kind of stuff be our this is our job. This will be the full-time job. I don't mind this. Making tons of money is fun. All right, so and this is when we can do this. It's not red, it's green. Only thing you're gonna see red is usually gonna be your stable coins, and they're always gonna stay there because they're always at a buck. Um, so we're good with that. So let me just give it back to Jonah. He'll go over Bitcoin real quick to show you this play. I don't know where he sees it by this week, but like I said, I see this thing cracking that 64.8. From there, I don't know. We might have a little bit of a retracement. Some people taking out some cash. A lot's coming in. So once it pumps up, people that have been sitting will take a little bit out. But I think we're going to have enough money that even if it does have a small correction, it's still going to take off and crack that six figures. I'm thinking the way it's going is going to crack six figures since we're already at the all-time high in this market. From what I'm seeing, isn't even really popping yet. Cardano is only at the little over $2. XRP is still sitting at just over a buck. Like that's a great one to grab. And hopefully Solana doesn't get too crazy on us because we need that one. Well, it's time to get some of these for the NFTs if you're in that game. I will say that because like Cardano and everything, I do not see them staying at $2 and Solana at 150 once this is all over. Not for a little while, at least, not for a few months. But all right, let me give it back to Jonah. He can get into the technical side, and then we will go back over. I'll go over a couple coins with you, and then we'll touch these projects, and hopefully, like you said, we'll be out of here in like 30 minutes. All right, Jonah, take it over.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Pat. Yeah, so like you said, I want to get straight to the market, guys. As you know, he said we are sitting around that $2.5 trillion market. And I'm actually gonna get into that in a minute, but basically I called it last week, and I don't like to be that person, but every single week we've called out these marks. Like we called out 52, we called out 60. We called out 63. We called out 64. I said, look, as soon as it breaks 60, we're going to now see 64. And I think this week is definitely going to be the week where we see 64. It could come straight up to 64 and kind of consolidate between that 60 and $64,000 range, or it could just straight blow the top off of 64K, and I think we might see, I'd say, maybe 68 to 70K, and then maybe a little retracement back down to like, your 64, 63K range. But eventually, this 64, which was our last peak before the big, retracement, that 50, 60% retracement, that's going to be a floor. That is going to be a floor. And now I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't care what anybody says. This is going to be a floor. 64, you're not going to see that. I mean, you might. If you do see a big pullback, I don't think you're going to see anything. I mean, if we look at a weekly time frame, when in doubt, zoom out. You might. If it does break, I mean, which if you look on a weekly, the weekly has already broken the $60,000 range. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the 60K range be broken, meaning this candle right here, this candle, last week's candle, be above the 60K range, and it did that. So right there, that is the evidence. That's all the evidence I need to see when it comes to analysis that we're back in the bull run. Now, if we do see a retracement, I would say maybe around 49 to 50,000 once it breaks the high. Maybe it could just continue up, and then if we have that big retracement, I would say maybe start taking out some profits around 75K, 80K. My prediction by the end of the year was 80K or above. That is still standing firm. But I'm seeing easily 80K, no less. That's my prediction, and I'm going to stand firmly on that. Um, Now just getting into the news and everything like that, because this is where we're going to transition into ETFs and everything like that. Um, so with Bitcoin, right? With Bitcoin, I wanted to kind of show you guys why Bitcoin is so big right now, right? Because a lot of people, and there's tons of FUD, there's a lot of, talk that Bitcoin is a bubble, this and that, even though it's been around since, I don't even, what is that, 2011, 2012, Pat? It's been around since then, somewhere around there. Bitcoin, how long has it been around? So '09, '10, or 2010, right? So obviously it's not a bubble. If it's been around for that long, yes, China's banned it 5 million times. Not surprised. Didn't even do that much to price. So obviously we see that that's not the biggest player in the game. Yes, it might have had the most miners, but guess what? They migrated to a different country, right? These different miners are now being able to mine in different countries. So it opened up a huge immense amount of, different opportunities for different countries. And then we saw El Salvador, right? We talked about it before. El Salvador, they came in and they were like, hey, we're going to make it a legal tender. Boom. Legal tender it is, right? So now it's kind of being a trickle effect. And I want to kind of show you some statistics of market cap, right? Market cap meaning how much money is inside of these assets, right? The first one is gold. You have 11.2 trillion. I'm going to let you know that Bitcoin will be the biggest market cap in the entire world in the next 5 years. Right? Apple is at 2.4 trillion. Microsoft is at which the crypto market altogether is bigger than Apple, is bigger than Microsoft, is bigger. I'm not sure what Saudi Aramco is. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that's sitting at about 1.9 trillion. Google, which is sitting at about 1.9 trillion, Amazon, which is 1.7 trillion, silver, which is 1.3 trillion, and then you have Bitcoin at 1.15 trillion. Now, I don't know how updated this is, so I definitely have to go back and kind of look at that. But um, with Bitcoin, right? It's bigger than Facebook. It's bigger than Tesla. It's bigger than Visa. It's bigger than JP Morgan. Or yeah, JP Morgan. It's bigger. Ethereum, soon enough, it's going to beat Alibaba. It's going to beat JP Morgan. It's going to beat Visa. Ethereum is going to be right up there, probably in the top five. I won't be surprised. Right? So I really want you guys to understand, whoever sees this or whenever you see this, right? This is going to be huge in the next 5 years. I want you to see what Bitcoin is at right now. Just Bitcoin itself, right? Crypto alone is the second biggest, right? It's bigger than Apple now, right? It's bigger than Apple right now. So crypto alone, right? But Bitcoin solely is going to be the biggest asset in the entire world, right along with Ethereum, right along with a lot of these cryptocurrency coins in the near future, right? But gold, right? That was a statistic I showed you guys last week. I think it was last week, right? Last week, was it last week or 2 weeks ago that I showed you guys that there was I think it was JP Morgan, if I'm not mistaken. It was either JP Morgan or it was one of the bigger institutions. What they did is instead of investing, millions and billions of dollars, I think it was millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars into gold, they invested into Bitcoin, right? If they would have invested into gold, they would have been down on their investment. But because they invested into Bitcoin, they're now up, thousands of percents, right? So I kind of want you guys to understand that this is not going anywhere. This is not a bubble. This is here to stay, right? And then, this kind of moves into the ETFs, right? Which, Pat's going to get into in a minute. But I want you guys to remember this number: $6.7 trillion is in ETFs, right? 6.716. And that's all I'm going to say on ETFs because Pat's going to take that over. And then we're going to, come back together with that. But I want you guys to understand how big that Bitcoin is compared to all these bigger companies and countries and everything, right? It's not getting smaller. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger each and every year. All right, each and every year it's getting bigger. All right. So then that brings us to my next piece of news. If you guys haven't heard, Coinbase, right next to Binance, one of the biggest exchanges in the entire world. Coinbase NFTs is coming soon. Join the waitlist today. If you're not on the waitlist, I will drop this in our Telegram chat so you can join the wait list to get in the to get a get inside and kind of see what Coinbase NFTs are going to be looking like. But I'm going to kind of read just this little paragraph right here, and then I want to pass it back to Pat. But our mission at Coinbase is to increase economic freedom in the world by enabling more people to join the creator economy and profit from their work. NFTs have an important role to play in this mission. Their impact is already being felt. NFT artists have shaken up the traditional art world. Industries such as fashion, gaming, and music are recognizing the power of NFTs to unlock new forms of creativity and ownership. But if you've tried to create or purchase an NFT, you've probably found the user experience lacking. We can help, right? So I'm going to kind of elaborate that Coinbase is now going to make it very easy where you can click one button, because on Coinbase, guess what? Not only do you have Ethereum, not only do you have Cardano, not only do you have Solana, but you have all of the coins, basically all the top, I'd say 10, 15, 20 coins on Coinbase. So guess what? As long as you have that coin in your wallet, you're going to be able to get an NFT without the MetaMask, without the Phantom, without all this stuff. So guess what? It explodes the NFT market. It explodes the crypto market because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's over $2 million on the wait list right now. Over $2 million. And there's only, I think, 400,000 people on open seas with the MetaMask. So I want you guys kind of put your head around where this market is going with crypto and NFTs. It's not going anywhere. It's only going up from here. So it's either you get on board or you get left behind, right? Today we're announcing Coinbase NFT, a peer-to-peer marketplace that will make minting, purchasing, and showcasing and discovering NFTs easier than ever. Just as Coinbase helped millions of people access Bitcoin for the first time in an easy and trusted way, we want to do the same for NFTs. NFTs is the next thing, guys. And look, what does this look like? Can someone, whenever you see this, right? What does this look like? This little picture right here. I'll even zoom in for you. What does this look like? I'm not even going to say it. You guys can tell me. What does this look like? All right. What does that look like? And I'll let you guys answer that one, whenever you see this. But it's very similar, right? It's very similar. It's very easy to use, very user friendly. So guess what? Your grandfather can now buy NFTs. Your grandma can now buy NFTs. Your auntie that doesn't know how to work her phone can now get NFTs, right? So it just, allowing global adoption for the crypto market and um the NFT market, especially with Coinbase coming out with NFTs and now Bitcoin with its ETF. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to pass this back to Pat. I know I was going for a little bit, but I want to pass this back to Pat. Again, I appreciate you guys for being on here. Please, whenever you see this, smash that like button, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Again, I appreciate you, Pat, for being on here, man. Go ahead and take it over, man. I know you wanted to go into the ETF with Bitcoin. Let's get it.
Yeah, so this is huge news. So because of like regulations and all that, and I guess when you're a financial advisor and all that, they're not allowed to be purchasing Bitcoin. Whether they want to or not. I don't think they're allowed to. Like, they'll have to give up their license to do that. And by allowing an ETF, what will happen is now pretty much anyone has access to Bitcoin. So that is, like he said, there is an enormous amount of money that people put in the stock and the stock exchange and everything like that. We're gonna see a pump. So right now it's going to be, and there's multiple ETFs. So the first one's through ProShares, and I'm sure they'll see how that goes, and then more and more will be released. Now you got to think. So since 2000 and let me see. Let me share my screen real quick. All right. So this is this is making headlines everywhere. This is huge. Like I said, this gives access now to anyone can get this. They can get their hands on it. They can invest. This will benefit us. But like we said, once this thing pumps, some people might take a quick correction. This should take off. Down here, they're talking about the 64.8 again this week. I see it cracking that. And like I said, this thing, I see it now cracking six figures, as much stuff as I'm hearing about everything, by the end of this run, which could be end of the year, beginning of next year, something like that. And more companies are going. Grayscale, I heard, applying. There should be multiples. So this is the first run, and then you're going to have all the other companies coming out on top of this. But as you can see here, since 2017, over 10 asset members, they've tried to get approval to launch this, and it has been shot down. So since 17, like nonstop. Nobody's ever been a believer in Bitcoin. I don't want to say nobody, but majority of people. People tell me I'm crazy all the time investing in this. And when I tell them the NFTs, they think I'm batshit crazy. But whatever. They'll be asking for advice probably pretty soon. So having exchange traded fund is huge right now. And that is the main thing for the news today. It starts tomorrow. So you will see what will happen. I mean, Bitcoin will probably break its high tomorrow. And what's today? Market's closed for today. It's Monday the 18th. Yeah, I bet Bitcoin will crack its all-time high tomorrow. If not tomorrow, by Wednesday. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to
And just to add to
market
that
cap.
real quick before you get
Yeah,
back, what did I say was the market cap for ETFs was 6 trillion, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so 6 trillion, guys. Imagine that amount of money coming into Bitcoin. And of course, not all of it's going to go into Bitcoin. That's just not going to happen. But just understand a quarter of that, right? A quarter of $6 trillion. That's a lot of money, and that could double, triple, quadruple Bitcoin in a matter of months, in a matter of very small period of time, guys.
Yeah,
So
it don't take long.
it won't take long. It'll happen quick. So while Pat's going into these, please take note of what he's going to give you. I can probably add, or I can, elaborate or maybe add on to what he says. But anything that he's saying, guys, I would really, really listen to this because again, we're not financial advisors, but everything that he's taught me, everything that he showed me, I've been able to be successful with. I've been able to take it, apply it, do my own research. That's the most important thing. Please do your research. Go to CoinMarketCap, go to, these different websites, go, whenever you're looking into anything that we say, please do your own research before investing into it. But everything that he's going to say is most likely a very good asset to start investing in. So, just take note on what he's saying. Don't just invest because he's saying, but, go ahead and do your research.
All right. So let me just tell you this now. Majority of top 100, honestly, going to be pretty safe if you invest soon. Once it hits this run, then after, see what's great with these kind of crazy runs when they're going to happen is when it does its next little correction, we'll find out what companies are legit. So in 2017, it was the same style. Pretty much anything you threw your money into, well, you were going to get a decent return on. A lot of the projects aren't there no more. That if you looked at the top 100 back in 2017, there's a bunch that weren't there. And now a lot of new stuff is taking over. One thing, because I'm not going to go into specific coins on them, but gaming we feel really strong with, and that's even going to be long term. That's not even going to be just this cycle. It's going to be the next couple of years. We feel very strong on gaming. So gaming coins is one tokens that you can definitely start stacking long term. And then let's see. So they're going to be like these. If you're on here, you can just hit this earn to play. Axie Infinity, Decentraland. These are going to be sandbox. They're your metaverses, that kind of stuff. Most of these, especially your top 3 right now, will be stick with us and we'll let you know which ones we like at this. But there's a lot of these that are not a lot of them, because a lot of these are the spiritual. The good ones will be around for a long time. But getting into actual tokens, my just like real quick predictions. Like I said, I think we're gonna crack 6 figures on this. So we'll crack 100. I think this should hit somewhere 9 to 10,000. Cardano, I love Cardano. I think it's gonna this project, but it's just starting to take off. I see Cardano going. Let me give you a range like 5 to 10 in the next couple of months, $5 to $10. Great long term. I've been stacking these forever. I've getting these since they were 10 cents. XRP. When that comes back around on Coinbase and all, you're going to see this thing take off. As soon as the SE drops it, it's going to take off. This one I see cracking $10 easy. Like quick. Especially if they drop this case during this run. You're going to see something crazy with XRP. That would probably be my number one to go after if I knew the case was going to be dropped. Polkadot's already been blowing up. They're starting their parachains, like the auction, so that's going to stay blowing up. And then let's get into Chainlink at 25 down the road. That should be $500 to $1,000. VeChain, I like this right now. At this, I'm going to grab some more of these. And then Tron, you haven't heard a lot about Tron lately, but then they just broke news that they did some kind of deal with Sony. So, I mean, that's a pretty big contract. Tron could take off. They have been very slow to take off, though, so that's one you might have some time with. But I definitely, like I said, if I'm going after some stuff on the cheaper end, like $1 or $2, Cardano, XRP for sure. VeChain, VET. I mean, Matic's got to take off. Once they get everything straight, this coin's going to take off. And who else do we got? Now, a lot of these will, but I'm just giving you ones right now that have been around for a while and have been through the way they've been everywhere. This right here, they should go big. This is another NFT sort of platform. See them going big. And then let me just give you one or two more. Well, this is Theta Fuel, but Theta token, which is up a little bit. Theta should do great. And then let me give you one more. Let's keep it cheap. Not Stellar. I guess I do gotta go that way. Let's go with the worst part is like Doge and Shiba are probably actually gonna pump. They have so many people in there and so many different social media platforms that those things probably will pump. Stellar would be the backup, but if I had my choice, I'm putting my money in VeChain rather than Stellar. And like I said, I'm just sticking to the top 100. If you want those long shot tokens, you're gonna have to go back into some of our old videos because we have a few. And like I said, we went over TrueBit. This is one we liked. This thing has moved all over. Let's see how we're sitting now. Yeah, this is down from an all-time high. So going back to this should be good. And let me get the last one for a long shot. I've had it for a while. It's Poker Cover. This one hasn't taken off yet, but Polkadot's just about to take off. So I'm expecting big things from this one soon too. Jaron, did you want to throw any more out there?
Nah, man, you pretty much had. Did you already say XRP?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, XRP. I mean, that's it. That's all I can really give you is XRP. There you
All
go.
right, cool. That's all right. Let me stop sharing and we can get into. Do you want to go into projects, or do you want that like are coming up, or do you want to go into the ones we just got into, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, what we can do real quick, we can kind of go over if you want to go over the vampires real quick, with their thing, what they have going on, and then you could honestly just go straight into Clay Nation. and then I can go into I mean we don't really have too many projects coming up. It's kind of gonna be you know we're gonna be going for some flips, which we did a poll in our Telegram, so we'll go over that. I think I'm gonna do a call tonight at 8 p.m. and kind of go over the details for you guys. So we're not gonna touch base on that for this stream right currently. But what we can do real quick, we're at a 30 mark. I'd say about 15 more minutes. We'll be out of here, guys. Um, we can go over just kind of the updates and kind of some of the calls that we've called out, and see where they're sitting currently, whether it's up or down. So yeah, go ahead into you can go ahead and share again. You can
All
go
right.
into vampires, and then you can go over the Clay Nation drop on Halloween.
All right, so real quick on anybody holding the vampire. So originally they told us it was probably going to be like a 2 vamp. They're going to get an airdrop. Well, they went back a little bit on that. So what they're doing is they're going to take the supply of the hunters that are coming out. That was going to be the airdrop. So we have the hunters that are going to hunt for the vampires. They're knocking that down to a 8,888 supply. The mint price they determined is going to be a 0.06. And then what they're going to do is if you're holding 3 vamps, you will get a free mint. And then if you have for every 6 after that, you'll get an additional one. So your first one you would get at 3, and then you have to have 9 to end up with 2 of them. And then I believe the only thing you're going to have to do is pay the mint fees, the gas. I mean, not the mint. So you'll just get the gas for that. And then let's see, they're going to shorten the wait list. So yeah, so instead of 2, so here's how I was looking at this. So like when they first announced this, the floor was sitting at 0.07. So I real quick tried to grab one. I wasn't successful because in my eyes, I have 2 of them right now. I didn't think so to get that free drop, I was thinking like, so if I'm going to go mint one, it's going to cost me at 0.06. So for 0.07, I can get the vampire plus, then I would get the free drop. So I'm thinking even if I grab one like 0.1 or less, that might not be too bad of a move. Because like I said, if you're planning on minting one anyway, it's going to cost you this. So you might as well grab the vamp. And then, I mean, you'll have 3 vamps and a hunter. And then from there, if you want to unload one of your vamps, you'd be able to. But you would need to, they don't say exactly when they're going to do the snapshot of the wallets, but they said it will be before Halloween. So that's the only kind of thing that they're giving us. But that is 3. You have to have 3 now. If not, like I said, you can get in the regular drop, and if you just want to do it that way, it might be just as easy, especially if you're only sitting on 1 or less. And that'll be 0.06. And we'll go over that drop when we get a little bit closer to it to see how we feel about that one. Because there's a lot of drops that day. So that day there's going to be tons of competition, like the 30th and 31st. A lot of stuff's coming out. So the market should be going crazy that day. So we will see how that works. But that's going to be it for the, and then the games should be coming out once they get those guys out. I believe the game's the next thing on the roadmap. From there, what was the next one you said? Clay Nation. So with Clay Nation, what they're doing is, this is crazy. So this is just to show you some of these old ones. So these are Clay Buds. I believe these came out from what I'm looking like months ago, like June, July, somewhere like that. And I've never even seen these. Like, I don't know where they were on the marketplace because I haven't seen them, but there's only the one that I know of on CNFT. But these things are selling for kind of where the other Clay Nations are going for. So this is like a project, like, so we called this one out at a 40 ADA mint, 40 Cardano, and there was about $90. Right now, these guys, the floor is over 1,600, which we did the math earlier. So the floor price, if you ended up getting one of those Clay Nations when we called those out and still are holding it, is basically an Ethereum. So you're sitting on like a 1 ETH floor, and that's for the floor. Like I said, that's the most common. You have one of the rares or ultra rares are sitting on, I mean, there's crazy numbers out there for them. But just to even see this, and this is an older project of them. And the other thing is, by holding your Clay Nation, you will have the opportunity to mint when they do they're doing a little thing with Good Charlotte, and that'll come out on Halloween. That is 50 ADA, and just by holding one, you'll be able to get one, and you'll have a 24-hour window to claim that. Now, if you miss the window, that's on you. But that'll be on the 31st all day. By holding one in your wallet, you just go to their website or their Discord where I'm at now. Usually stuff will pop up in announcements. Here it is right here, like the Good Charlotte one, but this is basically it. You have a 24-hour claim period. And they're going to look like these kind. I don't know. Who knows what they have in store for us? But they might. So far, this project has popped off. Everything I've seen with them has at least made some money if you got one. Some of them not as great as others. But this is also so far, I think, the biggest project on Cardano. So we're hoping this one, as Cardano, I think the whole hold up with this is also the marketplace. Like, CNFT is not that great of a marketplace compared to some of the ones you see with Solana, some of the ones you see with like OpenSeas. You can't even like filter through certain stuff. It's a pain, really. And that's when it's working. So I think that's one of the only issues, but there's a few more marketplaces that are going to come out soon for Cardano. So that should help that. And then we're going to get into the XRPs. So like I said, we feel like obviously the Ethereum OpenSeas is pumping the best right now. Solana, Journal will get into, like, we're seeing a little bit different right now. It's not necessarily the most expensive stuff's the best. And then I think on this back burner, which we're going to start bringing out a lot more Cardano projects, because right now they're way more affordable while Cardano's sitting at, like I said, that $2 and change. Most of the projects that I'm going to give you and like that I'm looking on my calendars are, I have like 40 ADA, 10 ADA, 50 ADA. So we're talking like $100 or less for most of these. So, I mean, this is another one. If you're new to the game, you don't want to get too crazy with how much you're spending. Keep up with us, even like on our Solana picks, because we're going to start picking some stuff that's a lot cheaper. But I have a feeling Solana is going to go up pretty quick when it does. So that might change. But the Cardano and the XRP, who knows where that'll be when they come out. We haven't even seen price ranges for their NFTs really, because it's that new. But Cardano, we will touch base on a lot more. So that will be, like I said, as we get closer to this one, I will remind you. But we just wanted to let you know, like, this was one, it went from $90 and it's sitting at over, it's almost $4,000 right now for these guys alone. Let me stop sharing and Jonah can pull up his guys for us. Did you see they are on Magic Eden, Soul Gems, but they're not like on yet?
Yeah. I saw that. I just saw that. But what I want to touch up on, someone said crazy skulls because I know some people got the crazy skulls. Let
Oh,
let me go ahead into those real quick. I don't think they're doing too much right now. They've been keeping a steady floor so far, which is good. Not too much volume that I've seen. I think a lot of people are going to be holding because they're going to have a lot of future airdrops in the near future. So we'll definitely be, paying attention to those, and letting you
I
guys
still
know.
love this project.
What's that?
I like this project. I think this is going to, like you said, once they're all these airdrops that are about to come with this project, and like I said, the fact that his own metaverse about to start, there's no way he's not going to incorporate his NFTs. Like, I like this project.
Exactly.
I haven't sold or listed, and I'm not listing any of mine.
Yeah. So they're sitting, I mean, still right around mint price. So if any of you are interested, these are still right around the mint price. I mean, these look pretty good. If you want to look at the rarities, you can go straight on rarity.tools and see which one's rare, what it's ranked. I think my boy Christian, he got like 1100. I got like a 1600 out of the 10,000. Pat, I think he had, what do you have, a 2000?
Yeah,
He had
they're
like a
like an 1800 or yeah, something like that.
1800 out of 10,000. So, we're in the top, below, some of us are below the 20% percentile. So that's really good in my eyes. But yeah, as of right now, not too much volume right now. The next project that I wanted to go into, let me go ahead into my list real quick that I dropped the other day for you guys. was Metasaurs, right? Because that was a really good project. They minted at point 0.07 ETH, and they're sitting at a 0.28 floor. So I mean that is roughly, what is that, a 4x? So that's pretty good. I would say this is pretty good. 4x is really good, even if you dished it. But even if you got it off mint and you posted at pre-sale before the reveal, I told you guys this before, right? I told you guys this before that what was going to happen right after the mint and after the reveal. The price was going to probably drop half. I said point 0.2 to point 0.3. Look where it's at, point 0.3, right? Anytime there's a reveal, you're going to see a dip, right? You're gonna see a dip for Metasaurs. They went from, I think they were at like a point 0.6, almost a point 0.7 before the reveal. So even if you got off, honestly, I would have sold it right away for point 0.6, point 0.7, got your money, and you could have probably got two of these again. And these are probably still gonna bust. I mean, in how many days have they been out? Like 3 days since the 12th, so about 6 days. I know because they came that was pre-sale. So like I would say 4 days, 4 or 5 days they've been out officially. Look, 6.5. This was all pre-sale. 6.6, and then it went up to 0.71. This was all pre-sale, and then yesterday I think was the reveal. It dropped all the way down, right? So understand, guys, the reveals after the reveal, anytime you get a mint, I mean, if you're gonna hold it long term, hold it. But if you want to kind of make money and then get another one later down the road, that's also a good thing. And then you can also, if you have any of these, or if you're looking to get any of these, you can also go on rarity.tools and look at your rarity that you have. Or if you're looking to get one, you can look at the rarities that are out and maybe pick a higher rarity for a low price. That's a good deal. Next one would be Jungle Freaks. That's another one. This one actually really popped off. This one went from, where they at? Here, let me just go to the stats because I know they're in the rankings. Um, this one actually really popped off. Oh, there we go. It was a point zero 0.07 ETH mint. It was very hard to get. I'd say three-quarters of their pre-sale got the mint, and then a quarter of it was to the public sale. So it's kind of uneven. But you got to get in the whitelist. That's why we give you guys the discords. We give you guys the XRP Discord. We give you guys different discords so you guys can get in the whitelist. Because once the public sees it and they see the potential in it, you're most likely not going to be able to get one. I mean, it's a very low percentage that you're going to get one if it's very, very big, especially with this project. So 0.07 to an ETH. This is another project we called out to you guys. That was a huge, huge gain. I mean, they've only been out for a couple of days now, like 4 days maybe. I mean, they were averaging, I think, at a point 0.6 about 4 or 5 days ago. Now they're sitting at an ETH. So even if you got one after the pre-sale at a point 0.6, point 0.5, point 0.6, you still be up, 80% on top of your investment. So this was a good one that we called out. Now, Toad Chicks, I don't know about that one. That was one that we were like messing with. I don't know if those things are gonna do anything, to be honest. So I'm just gonna let them sit. Let's see. What else did we call out? I think that was it. I think that was all the main ones that I wanted to talk about. But that is the main projects. One project that kind of was disappointing.
Did you
Um,
say Jungle Freaks?
yeah, I already went over them.
Yeah, all right.
And then Mechaverse. This one was a disappointment, guys. There was some skewing going on. Apparently, some of the owners, some of the devs, they knew about the numbers and they knew about what was going on with the rarities and everything like that. And what they did was they were able to get rare ones at a low price, and they kind of skewed everything. So now people are kind of wary about it and any projects or anything that they have going on. Literally, this price, guys, after the mint was at a 7. I think it went almost up to 10 ETH floor, and it's dropped all the way down to 1.5. And some people actually took losses in this. So, it's been a pretty big drop. A lot of momentum has dropped. I mean, there's still big sales going on from what I see, but those are really, really rare, guys. But you just gotta pay attention, guys. I mean, you got to be aware that any project, doesn't matter how big, how well known, how whatever, right? And people are doxxed, so they could get really really in trouble for skewing results if if people actually have proof of that. So just be careful, still do your research if they're doing things. That's something you can't really know until it happens. I mean, that's unfortunate to anyone that did get Mechaverse or anything like that. But that is really all the projects. Pat, did you want to add anything before we get out of here, man? I don't have anything else, um, on the
No, I mean,
list.
well, if like you said, we do the two lives Tuesday and Thursday. We got Monday, Friday on here. We're gonna, like I said, I got working on a video for Illuvium, and we might do like one or two more breaking down a couple of the newer like just working with the wallets, like with Phantom. Since there has been a couple of these rug pulls and all, we'll just like real quick show you how you can set up the different wallet, like an extra wallet as a backup.
Yep,
We'll just make some
learning
hard
wallet.
videos of that kind of stuff. No, that's about it though. I mean, other than that, like I said, just stay tuned. These NFTs are popping off all the time. The market's going crazy, so I'm thinking a lot of people are going to pay attention to that for a little bit. But that'll be good because maybe we can accumulate some of these NFTs at a cheaper price, hold them, and then just steadily collect for months and months and months. But like I said, you have time to accumulate now. There's still a little time left. But once Bitcoin cracks that number and it takes off, it's not long behind that the altcoins will go. And I mean, like I said, this shit goes fast. It isn't one of these where you just seen for the past couple of months going up. It goes fast, like a month. Like Jonas said, like it could double, and it wouldn't shock me in crypto if it took by the end of the year, or if you told me by the end of the month it was sitting at 100K. I wouldn't be shocked at all after what I saw in 2017. It happens that fast. And the coins that you were like, shit, I could have just bought that for 10 cents. Now it's $4. Like, you're going to be saying that a lot. And I'll still be saying it on ones that I should have got more of and more of. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable with my portfolio right now. But now that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Like you said, always subscribe, please share, follow us on all of our social media. We have been putting a lot more down, especially on our Telegram with the NFTs. And like I said, stuff is dropping all hours of the day, every day, all hours of the day. And now it's tokens, it's NFTs, it's tokens for the NFTs where we can double dip, and they are offering crazy staking percentages. So that's the other one. I mean, we're getting 60% on some stuff. Big returns. All right. Now that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll let Jaron close this out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Please go ahead whenever you see this, like, comment, subscribe. What I'm gonna do for anyone that does want to get into the Solana flipping NFTs, I'm gonna be doing. I'll do a call. I'm not sure if Pat will be able to, but I'm gonna do it probably around like 8 o'clock or so. That's probably the best time for me. I'm not sure about Pat. If not, I'll go ahead and give you guys the details and kind of what we plan on doing. We've already started our challenge. We kind of let you guys know last Zoom class, if you guys were on there Thursday, that we were going to be doing that. But I kind of wanted to bring it to more of your guys' attention because that's something that, once we do start making some really good, money with that, we definitely want you guys to be doing the same thing right with us. So, with that being said, guys, I truly appreciate you guys for tapping in. I'm glad. Thank you all that were, actively in the chat. If you guys have any questions whenever you see this, please go ahead, hit us up directly on Instagram, on our Crypto Cliff Notes Instagram, or you can, just hit us up on Telegram. Make sure you guys check out the socials underneath in the description. And if you feel generous, man, never be scared to send some Bitcoin over, So, I'm playing. If that's what you want to do, they're there. The wallets are there as well. So if you guys are feeling generous, that's more so going to be fuel to the economy, for you guys, not for us. That is not going in our pockets. That's going to our community, Crypto Cliffnotes community. And again, we're going to be giving away something, an NFT, November 1st. So whenever you guys, I'll be dropping the details on that in a couple days. Again, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock.